Hello, and welcome to the Necessary Unnecessary podcast. I'm your host, Nip Swag. This is your host,
Frisco,
and we have a very special guest today.
Hi, everybody. I'm Torka.
Torka is in the building.
Torka's world.
I was at work today, and I was like, y'all have to leave on time because Torka is coming. Everybody knew exactly what I was talking about.
I love that for me.
Everybody.
Thank you guys for knowing who I am. I love that.
Exactly. I love that. They was like, Torka's gonna be on your show. I was like, yes, watch. It's a special show.
I hope you guys are tuning in. Hi.
Yes. And
Everybody
see, for me, it was like I knew your work, and then now I get to actually meet you, and I'm like, oh, I could, because I work a lot, and people don't even know what all I be doing, so I be like, okay, you don't even need to know my name, you just need to know the game,
right? For sure.
Yeah, I can identify with that because we're in a space in society where, especially on social media, which most of us spend a lot of our time, we're in like a more moves, less announcements, don't tell people what you're doing, or if you're doing a lot of things, you know, some people can interpret that as you're all over the place. I have a lot of skills, I have a lot of gifts, and that has helped stabilize my life and allowed me to be creative in different spaces. But I'm struggling right now because it's like I want to share what I'm working on without oversharing and people preying on my downfall in my T Grizzly voice.
I mean, they gonna do that regardless. I promise you, my haters is my motivation. They my fuel. You feel me? That lets you know how good you're doing. The more they hate on you, it's like, okay, we up.
Which I agree with, but I also feel like, you know, as an artist, I'm always straddling the fence between being elusive and being transparent. It's like I want to keep some things for me and my family and my private life and my personal life, and I want my followers and my audience and my fans, my tribe, which I like to call them, hi tribe. I want them to get to know me on a personal level in some aspects, but not in every aspect. So my biggest struggle right now is like, how much do I share? Am I sharing too much? Am I not sharing enough? Like, it's just, that's a big thing that I'm trying
you want to share
challenge with right now.
When you achieve something, you want to I want to tell everybody, but then you're like,
and you know the bad part for me is like I get more attention for the stuff that I don't want to get attention for than the stuff that I do want to get attention for, and that makes it hard to navigate. I'm promoting this. Look, I want you to, you know, I want you to look at this. This is what I'm doing for everybody. But no, you want to find the
tiny little,
you want to find this over here. I did over there with so and so, and listening.
And it could be years ago.
Yeah, and then that makes me feel bad because I really wanted to ask you a question.
No, ask me. I don't mind. Like if I'm in a space where I'm being asked questions, then I don't mind revealing whatever. If it's, you know, something I really don't feel comfortable answering, I'm just going to plead the fifth. Okay. Ask away.
Have you ever been to a Diddy party?
Oh.
No, I actually have not. Well, no, I take that back. I've been to some of his parties, but not those parties.
Not those parties. You've been to a Diddy party, but you ain't been to a Diddy party.
Correct. I've never been to a freak off.
She said, I told him no.
Okay.
I want to know somebody that been
some
there.
Of his birthday parties, like he did a party at Cipriani's in New York. It was a huge celebration. I've been to like some bad boy events, like album release events. I've been to Grammy after parties that he either hosted or he was there.
Okay.
So I've been to a lot of industry events, but I haven't. I wasn't trying to go to the after party. Yeah.
After the show.
I wasn't trying to go to the party where there's like you can order things that aren't on the menu. I don't want to go to that.
I was definitely curious. I want to find someone who's been to a Diddy party.
I don't want to know.
But I feel like if you go to something like that, it's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Right.
So I feel like if you did something or something happened to you that you were uncomfortable with and that wasn't cool and you weren't consenting to do, then absolutely if you need to tell your truth because you want to warn people or whatever the case may be, I totally support that. But if you were engaged in activities that you were consenting to be engaged in, and you were comfortable doing those things, everything is for everyone to know.
Right.
And I feel like some people are now capitalizing on the clout aspect and maybe getting paid to do interviews to talk about things that you were comfortable with at the time, and now that, you know, clickbait is the thing now. You know, people are like, oh, let me get my
gonna
followers
jump on
up, or let me
whatever's
try
on.
and get a check off of this story. But it's like, how much of this are you doing for clout, and how much are you doing for like authenticity? You're really trying to tell a story because you were in a situation you weren't comfortable with.
That's why we here at the Necessary and Necessary podcast love to talk about topics that are of relevance, but we like to talk about what it brings up for us. So our topic today, we ain't even got to the topic, is emasculation versus defeminization, and Diddy, sorry not sorry. Because of all this stuff, the apology is what it was for me. Like, are you sorry?
I wasn't ready.
That's good. So we gonna get the real.
Okay,
Live
I see
in
the
a
fireplace
deep
going. You guys
feminization.
might not be able to see the fireplace off camera, but I feel like the fireplace should be behind me because I feel like I'm in the hot seat now.
No, you're not.
But let's go with the defeminization.
Yes, let's
because
talk
you're
about
the
that.
Soft girl president.
Yes, the president is off. That's correct.
I love it.
It's a soft girl summer, ladies.
Like,
Let's get into
me
it.
and her are so night and day. That's why this
I want
is
to know. I want to know because there's so much defeminization going on. So for you to say that you're the president of the soft girls, I need to know about it. I need to know.
Okay, first of all, you be doing your research because I haven't really started promoting that yet.
We
So-
promoting it
so-
right now. You heard it here first on the
So you
show.
found it where,
Yeah,
where it
for
was.
sure.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
okay.
It's buried in there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's
I caught that quick.
I like that. I love that for me, and I love that for you as well. So I think that I was just having this conversation with one of my girlfriends that, you know, we have in our community, because I can only speak for my experience and people that look like me that have similar experiences. In our community, there has been a huge shift in role reversal. There have been a lot of responsibilities that have fallen on women that I don't believe we should be solely responsible for. So we've had to kind of put our feminism to the side so that we can fulfill some roles that require masculinity where the physical presence of a man isn't there. So we've had to be stronger, be, you know, harder, be more fierce, be more cautious, be more aware. And I don't want people to think that just because you're a soft girl or you're in your soft girl era or you're approaching it or you're aspiring to be a soft girl, that means you're weak or that you can't be strong as well. Like you can have strength and be soft. And I think that's very evident in like the animal world. So if you look at lions, I'm a Leo, so I love lions. I love nature. I love watching animal shows. If you look at a female lion, she can cut through elephant skin. I'm talking about.
She go do the hunting.
Okay, but she can also pick up her cub with
And nurture the baby.
So it's the fine balance between strength and softness. But as far as defeminization, I think a lot of women want to be soft, but they can't. And I feel like a lot of people put things on us because we can do them, but that doesn't mean we should be doing those things. So that's my.
So what things do you feel women shouldn't be doing?
For example, I don't feel like women should have to go out alone unless she chooses to go out alone. A lot of women go out alone because they don't have a man. And it's dangerous, honestly. Like, I be strapped up shorty. Like, if I'm out by myself, especially because there are a lot of women who have nightlife businesses, who work in cash businesses, hair, makeup, nails, lashes, estheticians. So women are walking around with like large amounts of money on them, and honestly, we feel fearful sometimes in certain environments. And I feel like women shouldn't have to just be doing all these things alone. We should be able to say, hey babe, I'm leaving my office, or I'm leaving my business, or I'm leaving my job. Can you meet me? Can you follow me home? Can you,
or wait for me to stay up.
Can you escort me home? Right. Can you open the door so when I pull up, I don't have to worry about being attacked when I get out of the car? And I just think that I think sometimes our strength has made some men feel like, oh, well, she got it, she good. And a lot of black men, I speak specifically, have seen their mothers doing everything. So they're just subconsciously accustomed to women doing everything, fulfilling all the roles. And I think that's where some of the decolonization
tell me this. You've been doing all this. You independent, strong black woman, and you're doing everything on your own. You encounter a man now. He wants to do all these things for you.
Baby, I can't wait for you to do all the things. Baby, put gas in my car, wash my car, give me an oil change, open my door, take out the garbage.
You're so accustomed to doing everything on your own that you can't even accept all these things from this man.
No, she's like, I can accept it.
I don't know about the other ones out there, but
I'm like
as for me, in my set, I'm happy to relinquish powers and allow the men to be the men.
Okay,
in those spaces.
When a man is fully in his masculine role and he's catering to all your feminine needs, how does that bring out the soft girl in you? Tell me what a soft girl do.
Okay, that's a very good question. So growing up, I was a tomboy. I was riding dirt bikes. I was playing in the street. I was climbing trees. I was trying to fix cars. Like my grandfather used to work in cars, so I was outside with him getting dirty. Like my father was a contractor, so I would love to go on job sites with him, and like he taught me how to paint, how to change a tire, like all of these things, because I just was into that. I love cars. I love muscle cars. I'm just into like a lot of things that guys like. I haven't had the time, but I really love sports as well. But I haven't really had the time to like keep up with it because I've been so busy. But I will say that for me, a soft girl is a woman who's confident, a woman who's secure, a woman that does not feel like she has to be so defensive and combative, a woman that is open and willing to hear other people's perspective and opinions and be willing to make adjustments and shifts to make it where the environment for both people are more comfortable. Like a woman that's soft is nurturing. I feel like we're automatically nurturing, but every woman doesn't have like a nurturing side to her. So I don't feel like that's something that, you know, we can just make a blanket statement and say, oh, all women are nurturing. Right. Nurturing is a choice. I'm very nurturing. I'm a mother, so I'm naturally nurturing. I'm naturally going to take care of somebody who's taking care of me. But one thing I don't want people to misinterpret or misconstrue in what I'm saying is, ladies, you should not be exerting a lot of these nurturing characteristics if the leadership from the other side is not being reciprocated. It needs to be a revolving door. It needs to be a circular activity. Like you shouldn't be giving and doing, and he's giving you nothing in return.
Get to receive, baby.
So. Men have to also understand, like, in order to get that side from a woman, she has to see you do certain things. Like a lot of men are like, oh well, what she brings to the table, what she doing, who she is, But it's like, a woman's going to be soft for you based on how you treat her.
That's facts.
And on top of that, just to add to, just to elaborate, a lot of us in the relationship dynamic, a lot of men want the woman to stay the same, and a lot of women want the man to change. So there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of friction because of that.
This is the emasculation versus defeminization, because it bounces off each other, and I feel like it's a lot of strong women because it's a lot of weak men, and you counter weak man after weak man after beta male after this, that, and the third. And then alpha males are encountering a lot of alpha females because they have encountered all this stuff, and then it's just a clash. It's like you need that balance so you could be comfortable in your role, so she could be comfortable in her role, and not be like, I don't understand why these roles are not happening in more relationships because they're being...
Well, I think it's the responsibility of the man to establish the balance, and it's the responsibility of the woman to maintain the balance. So if you don't establish the balance, you can't expect me to establish it and maintain it. Then now I'm doing your job and my job. So it's roles. It's levels to this.
I ain't gonna lie, this woman is so strong that even an alpha male, they like, I've been doing it too long, I can't do it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. This is the interviewee asking the interviewer. For sure. What are the characteristics of an alpha male? Because some men are purporting that they're alpha males, but
they're not alpha males.
I mean,
what makes a man an alpha male? I'm presuming you're an alpha male, so that's what I'm asking.
I never like went out and be like, oh, I'm an alpha male. But if I do everything on my own and for myself, then I carry myself and I treat a woman as though, she needs to be cared for, and An alpha male is the top.
I mean, that's pretty much
the leader.
Google.
Yeah, he runs that. He's the king.
It's more to
He's
it.
running this thing.
No, it's more
you know
to
what
that.
I mean?
It's more to it than that.
You Googled it. Come on, Google. Come on,
Yeah,
Google.
Google
I mean,
Google.
I've been
Google
called
isn't giving me what I want. Alpha male.
I just be being a man.
And
You
male
know what I mean?
animal has the highest rating dominance.
But we also have to understand that.
No.
And I think there needs to be a level of grace and compassion in both from both sides, because men and women, a lot of us are grown kids.
Yeah.
We have not healed from things that happened in our childhood, or we haven't been deprogrammed from how we were raised or what we saw. So a lot of men are doing what they think they're supposed to do, or being who they think they're supposed to be, because the dope boy in the neighborhood, or the dude that had all the money, that's who he learned from, because his father wasn't around. And there are some women who, okay, so there are a lot of men who have mommy issues because their mom had to work 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 jobs, so she wasn't there to teach him how to be a man, or teach him how to be a gentleman, I should say.
Right.
I think only a woman can teach a man how to be a gentleman, and being a gentleman means how you are not only carrying yourself, but how you interact with women.
Yes.
I think only a man can teach a man how to be a man, like an alpha male.
Yeah.
Unless he has a mentor or a positive male role model. I think that a lot of our friction comes from the fact that a lot of us haven't been shown that proper example of how to do either one.
Right.
So we're fighting against each other over something that we really can't fix until we address that we need something to be fixed.
Smart,
and how do we fix
Smart
it?
Love to left 1,000 comments. Smart Love, you got something to say? She's sitting right here. I mean, what's the question? Because we ain't checked one comment. Come on,
sorry.
let's do it.
Okay.
All
in the video. Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
So on my last show, someone brought up the fact that, you know, women were screaming, "Oh, I'm independent. I don't need a man. I got this. I got that." Just last year and the previous years before that, there's even songs about it. But now we're expecting men to adapt to this soft era. No, we do need your help. We do need you. So what do you say to that? I say women have the right to change our minds, but go ahead.
all the time. That's what y'all do.
I think just to elaborate on what I said earlier, I can be strong and soft at the same time. I think for me, my father raised me to be fiercely independent. He said, be a woman that can take care of herself, and a man will automatically want to take care of you.
Yes.
So that's how I was raised. That's what I was taught. So I was never taught to be dependent on anyone. My father said, I don't even want you to depend on me. I want you to be so independent that nobody can take anything away from you, or no one can prevent you from doing something that you want to do, because you're too dependent on them. So for me, I know how to be soft. I saw my father take care of the household. He was the leader. He was the alpha male. He was the king. He treated my mom with so much chivalry, like took her on dates. We had family dates. Every Sunday we went on a family date. We went to the movies. We went to dinner. Whatever was going on in the city, if there was a play or something that was relevant to, you know, something that kids could do, my father wanted my brother and I to see him treating my mother with respect, opening the door for her. My father would be so angry if he saw me open the door and my brother was walking behind me. He was like, you're a man, you should be walking in front of her.
Right.
You should be the first one to receive harm if harm is coming in her direction.
Even walking down the street.
Yes, you
men
should be on the outside. Correct.
That's
because
right.
technically you guys are stronger physically.
Yes.
Now, mentally, women are stronger because we have to bear life. You guys help us create life, but we bring life into the world. We have a period every month. Cramps and back pain that y'all would never believe. A man can't handle that type of pain, but he can take on getting hit by a car and not dying because his body is made different from ours. Anatomically, he's stronger than us. But women have to identify the fact that you have to be soft enough to let your guard down, to let him in. You can't just be, I'm independent. Oh, the men independent. Like, girl, sometimes you gotta take that away. But you don't have to compromise who you are. You just need to make adjustments. I think we're so rigid and, I'm independent, I'm this and that, I'm da-da-da. Yeah, but you are human, so you should have a range of characteristics. You shouldn't just be independent, just be strong, just be soft, just be quiet, just be loud, just be You know what I mean? We can be all of these things,
That's
which
right.
brings me to the title of my album, which is called The Whole Mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we are all made up of a range of emotions, a range of moods. So I think that for me, I think what makes it easier for me in a relationship capacity is that I have to be so many different people in my life. I'm an artist, I'm a mom, I have twin daughters, they're two different people, so I have to be two different moms for each person.
Right.
I also have a son who's a teenager, or young adult rather, so I have to be a different mom for him. Then I have to be who I am for myself.
right.
Then I have to be the other woman for my friends. Then I have to be another woman in a business capacity.
Exactly.
Then I have to be another woman as an artist. Then I have to be another woman as a professional. So I navigate between all of these roles on a daily.
Right.
So for me, it's easy for me to shift and transition in and out. Everybody doesn't have that. Some people just do 9 to 5 jobs. They go to work, they come home, they go out with their friends, they have their schedule, so there's no reason for them to have to shift and transition too much.
Right.
So when it comes to a relationship, they're like, oh, I gotta change, I gotta make a job, I gotta make room for you.
Right.
I don't wanna do that.
Yep.
And then that's why you're gonna be single forever, girl.
Facts.
So
I'm just saying.
earlier today,
Yes.
I was thinking about the topic and all that stuff, and I just dawned on me like, I would treat somebody so good. You feel me? Given the opportunity to just be free and be secure
I
and
need
be
to drink
like,
to that. Let me have me a
please
drink.
do,
Let me drink to
because
right
this is
now.
what I thought, and you interrupted my thought.
Sorry.
But I said that I refuse to be emasculated and refuse to be like a beta male, so I can't fit into certain boxes where I'll be trying to fit into, like, even if I love this person, I can't fit into that role because that's not who I
So
am.
what role is it that you're saying you just can't do? Like what?
I mean, I ain't going out for nothing.
No, I mean I've seen you interact with you're pretty, you're straight. Like
I know how to be.
yeah, I mean like you I mean the way
But
you move,
I'm not able to release all of that like I'm in a family setting, like this is my family, this is who I'm
Okay,
with.
I
You
love
feel
that
me?
you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that you said that because I feel like a lot of the relationship conversation that's happening globally and on social media, we are just speaking blanket statements.
Right.
There are people that are dating each other. There are people that are dating exclusively. There are people that are boyfriend and girlfriend. There are people that are engaged to each other, so fiance to fiance. There are people that are married. There are people that are common law married. There's so many different types of romantic relationships that we can't just apply. Okay, those are realistic relationships.
Yeah,
it's a relationship.
They may not be the most moral, but it's okay. But we have to identify the fact that we're trying to approach every relationship with this cookie cutter marriage approach.
Right,
okay, if I'm not your wife, I shouldn't be fulfilling all these wife duties. If you're not my husband, I shouldn't be fulfilling husband duties. Some
And
men
vice
say,
versa.
oh, you're not wifey material. Sir, you're not husband material. So what are we talking about? Like,
exactly.
you're not ready either. So why are you judging me for my behavior when we can both be improving and growing and learning and elevating together so that we can become wifey or husband material? But I feel like everyone's trying to approach like the 50-50 bill split conversation. Okay, if you're living in the house with a man, is this your husband? Is this your boyfriend? Are y'all just friends with benefits and y'all started out as roommates and now y'all sleeping together? Like, let's first identify what is the nature of the relationship between the two people. Because a marriage dynamic doesn't work for a boyfriend-girlfriend dynamic.
Shacking. That's what my grandma
we not shacking.
Y'all shacking.
We married. We married over there.
Okay, so my granny used to say, if you stay at your man's house 3 times a week, y'all shacking.
That's old. Okay, old people are very judgmental.
They serious.
But
they had clear-cut rules.
But yeah, they had to because women didn't have a choice on what they could and couldn't do. You couldn't do anything back in the days.
That's true. A lot of women didn't make their own money. They couldn't work.
You couldn't work. You couldn't
just
drive.
had to be a housewife.
You stayed at home. You took care of the kids. So you damn right.
As long as my grandmother lived, she worked. I remember her working.
I mean, my mother worked too.
I
came from, but not all of them. I came from a family where my mom.
I don't know what she did before I got here, but after, while I was here, she been working. So, shout out to my
But a lot of it also comes from
down.
history.
True.
Slavery.
Yep.
Me and my friend was talking about this earlier on the way here. And unfortunately, the emasculation of black men started way before we were even here. You know what I mean? Like, they were raping black men, taking black men away from their families.
Yeah.
castrating them. You know what I mean? Beating, like everything you could think of to break a man down. That's what they were doing to black men.
Extracting their melanin.
Exactly. So when they do that, then that leaves the black women to do what?
Let me see.
Everything.
Let me say this right quick. So the only example of strong men, black men that I had growing up was gangsters. So I thought you had to be a gangster,
right?
Be a man.
Or a pimp.
Yep. That's the most. I have a lot of friends that have that.
No, I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying.
For me, you know what I mean? I knew him,
Chicago,
and it was cool.
Ohio,
you know what I mean?
Illinois,
But
Michigan.
you know, that was the example of the strong black men that I had growing up. And I had a strong family. My grandfather was a strong black man. Don't get me wrong, for sure. He worked and all that stuff. But when I went outside, like all I saw was gangsters having it their way. And I was like, I don't necessarily want to be a gangster, but this is my example.
Gangsters have the money. Gangsters have
What did you learn from them, though? What did you learn from observing them?
Not to take nothing from nobody and to stand up for myself and just, you know, be my own entity and, you feel me, not be calling nobody. If you get into it, that's what women do, and you feel me? I learned that you're supposed to have your own, you're supposed to do your own, and you're supposed to be strong.
But you also know that everything that they were teaching you, whether they were directly teaching you or indirectly based on your observation, all of that wasn't necessarily the right way to learn.
Oh yeah, for sure. I learned that later in life when the feds came in.
I got a question for you, Tarika.
Yes.
How do you define feminine or femininity?
Oh wow. You guys have some loaded questions.
I mean,
I feel like I need to do some push-ups before I come on the unnecessary podcast.
You're going really
Okay, so feminism.
How would you define
femininity? I would define that as being comfortable in your own skin, because there are some women who are more masculine and there are some women who are more feminine. So for me, like, I happen to grow out of my tomboy phase, but I have friends who are just tomboy. Now they tomboy chic, they be fly, but they tomboys. You know what I'm saying? So they're more comfortable in athleisure or whatever. So like how I'm dressed right now, a softer, more feminine woman may think I'm dressed too tomboyish, but this is just comfortable for me. I do whatever is comfortable.
Sure.
I think as a mom, I just started wearing athleisure and I never stopped.
Yeah.
I don't think I wore this much stretchy clothes before.
Because you got to get up and go.
It's time. You know what I mean? I gotta be cute, but I gotta be comfortable.
Be able to move and
but I think femininity for me again is being comfortable in your own skin. It's leaving rooms better than you find them, and that means walking in the room and your presence commands attention. It elevates the energy, it brings the energy up. People want to talk to you, they gravitate to you, they want to know you, they want to know what you do and what you're about. And I think femininity radiates energy, positive energy, sunshine, light. So I definitely radiate that because wherever I go, people are drawn to me. They're coming up to me. Babies love me. Like I would never have met a stranger. I can talk to anybody. They could be 10 or 100. I think femininity also means how you present, you know, how you take care of yourself, how you feel about how you look. I think appearance is very important, especially in my industry. If I'm looking crazy, that can indicate that I don't really care about myself.
Right.
That can indicate that I don't really take care of myself. Right. And that to a man, that can indicate like, I don't know if I should be tied up with a woman who just looking raggedy. Now sometimes I'm looking homeless at Walmart, I don't care. But for the most part, I care about my appearance, and not just more so for how people will perceive me, but how it makes me feel about me. I love feeling pretty and dressed up and girly, and I love putting on heels and PTSL. Put that shit on for those of you who don't know.
PTSL.
I definitely put that shit on, but I think femininity also means being soft and being strong and not looking like what you've been through.
I guess I'm feminine, huh?
Yeah.
Barely.
I mean, the outfit is tea. It's giving girly vibes. So I don't know why anybody would think otherwise.
Every time I know you. So
wait, hold on. She defined femininity. Now define masculinity.
I think masculinity is associated with strength, power, leadership, and I want to say this. There are leaders and there are bosses. Bosses do this.
Yeah.
Leaders do this.
Right.
How can I help the team? How can we all collectively work together on the same level? How can I treat the CEO the same way I treat the janitor? The boss is just giving orders and telling everybody what to do and paying everybody. But leaders inspire people to work harder because, and I can speak for myself in this way, that when I've ever had businesses, I've never been afraid to get dirty. If I gotta sweep, I gotta mop, I gotta make some drinks, I gotta greet some customers, I gotta serve, I gotta bartend, bar back, DJ damn near, whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do that. And I feel like masculinity represents leadership. It should. It doesn't always, but it should. I think it also represents protection. It represents safety. I should feel safe around a masculine man. I should feel like if that noise downstairs, I'm not moving.
Right.
He about to get up and go see what's going on.
Do leaders have to be bosses sometimes?
It's to some degree, for sure.
Yes. Let me take another drink, baby. Let me take another drink and I don't even drink.
Bossing people around, but
I'm drinking that.
You gotta get it together. What are you doing?
But there's two things. You can give constructive feedback, or you can give constructive criticism. Bosses give constructive criticism. Leaders give constructive feedback. Because what you want is to get the best thing out of people. You can kill bees with honey or oil. You feel me?
She just finesses everything.
Right.
She's like,
you got on my street. I ain't gonna lie, you got on my street. I need to work on that. Necessary. I need to work on that.
That's why
you need to work on that
because
I be on my.
I be on my. What is you doing? What are you doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?
But you can also be on. Hey, you do this really well. If you could apply that energy to this category, I think we could be more successful together.
I think that.
How can I help you be better at this?
That's a lot of energy.
But it takes the same. That's almost the same amount of words as what are you doing? What are you doing?
See, I'm gonna walk over all shows. I told him it had to come from another woman.
Here and get on my street.
Thank you. Yes.
We just met.
I parallel parked on the left side.
Yes,
What's
girl.
up? What we talking about? What we doing?
Right,
a lot of people are going to be happy that you said that to me, but guess what?
See? Guess what?
Shout out to my cis leaders over bosses, by the way. That's what it's really.
Oh, yes, there it is.
I ain't finna say nothing.
Why? No, say it. I love this. She is hitting all the points. All of them.
I don't care if she's saying what you be wanting to say every day.
I got you, sis. I don't even know what y'all go through every day.
When you're not here, she goes, yes, sir, Captain, sir. Because
I mean, listen.
People be playing too much for me. They play too much for me. I don't have time for that.
I play a lot.
But you also have to make time to vet them and make sure they have the qualifications to fulfill the roles that you're putting them in. Sometimes you put people in positions that they're not prepared for. But did you make sure this person could handle the role that you initially gave them?
Did you set them up for success?
And did you identify their strengths and their weaknesses before you gave them assignments?
But hell no, you grown.
No. Absolutely not. Because listen, let me tell you something.
That's how he is for real.
Let me tell you something. Just because somebody can drive you around in an Uber doesn't mean they can fly a plane, baby.
Man,
okay?
Come on. No,
it takes qualifications.
I'm going to get a driver
let me
for
see
the
your
plane
resume.
and a driver for the Uber. What are you talking about?
I know, but sometimes we put people in pilot seats that only have Uber driver capability.
Get your UPS out the pilot seat.
But you didn't vet them. You didn't learn this about them because you didn't give them the opportunity to tell you what they were good at or what they were bad at. So you could have identified those person's weaknesses and strengths and put them in a position that catered to their strengths. And then that would have been more helpful to you. And you could have found somebody else to fulfill those other roles that they were doing.
Right. This sounds like
excuse me for believing in people then.
No, you believe a little too much. This sounds like me at work over here talking to the people. I'm just here. I mean,
okay, give yo necessary and unnecessary about emasculation and defeminization. We didn't get the whole ditty. I'm so glad we didn't get the whole ditty because
we're not gonna talk about Diddy. Diddy, I didn't even watch that.
Right. I seen the apology and Diddy is not sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
I think we should address it, but I want to hear your thoughts
on feminine.
Yes.
So
demasculation and
for me, I'm a tomboy.
Oh.
Very much so.
I get that vibe from you.
Yeah, I'm a tomboy. I try to keep it low because I had to learn to be like that with my husband because he very much is alpha male. Right? He was in the military, veteran, Army,
You needed that.
I did need that.
Yeah, you needed
because I was a little wild when I was younger. You know what I mean? And my dad always would tell me, stop hand playing with boys. You know what I mean? Learn your place as a lady, because one day you're gonna meet that boy who's gonna react and hit you.
Oh no.
And it's gonna be a wake up call.
Oh no.
And that's happened to me a couple of times. You know, I've gotten a couple of fights with boys when I was younger. So, and I had to learn, like, okay, I do gotta, like, bring it back. Because I am a girl and they are boys, right? Then when I met Cedric, I just automatically just softened all the way up for him.
He gave you that.
He very much, he
wasn't having it.
He definitely would be like, put me in my place, and I would be like,
I'm your daddy.
and right, girl. And I loved it. I was like, that is what I was missing. And it takes a certain type of man to be able to handle an alpha female and a tomboy. You know what I mean? Like, so when I found out that you were very soft and feminine, I was like, well, she's so opposite of me, but then we're still kind of similar because I know how to turn that down and let him take the role and be the man. Plus, I've had lots of therapy.
Oh no.
Lots of couples therapy. We have lots of therapy, and it's very helpful because even in therapy, they tell you learn when to take a step back. You know what I mean? And let him do whatever it is that men feel like they need to do to feel like the man. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, just you gotta learn to turn it off, sis, and just take a step back. So I've learned how to do that a lot, and it's actually helped our relationship. We've been together 10 years.
You need to share that.
10 years.
That jewel, because I feel like there are a lot of women out there. I'm women.
You are so crazy. I mean, for me, my tomboy ways is what drew him in, but I'm also very nurturing. I cater to him, I cook, I clean. You know what I mean? That's just me because I see my mom do that for my dad. So for me, like, I'm going to give you, like, tomboy. I play video games. Like, I like to wrestle. I curse. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like to fight. Like, I'm very physical. Yeah. But then I know how to turn it off to, like, you're very nurturing. Very, very submissive. But anyway, that's a whole other story. But yes, so...
Girls, I mean, speak your truth because you're helping women out there who might be tuning in who
for some men,
in these spaces.
Some men like to be dominated. Mine doesn't. You know what I mean? He likes to be the man, the aggressor. And then at times, yes, I can be the one to be the aggressor. But for me, I've learned to be like, okay, this is let me fall back and let him take the reins. And it's been great ever since.
I love that for you.
So I mean, it gets hard. Sometimes I find myself a little too tomboyish. I'm like, baby, do I look like a stud? And he'll be like,
not baby, I look like a stud.
I asked him, before I leave the house, I have a gold grill and everything. I just left it at home today. But literally, like,
you should keep the grill though. That ain't nice.
No, my grill's going nowhere.
I like the grill.
Yeah, that ain't. What did you say, Chris?
That was another song.
I like the grill on you. It adds femininity to you for some reason. For real, I ain't gonna lie.
No, my grill. Now, see, when we got married, he specifically said, "Wear your grill."
Yeah,
and I was like, that. Like for your wedding.
Yeah,
it screams you.
Yeah, so like there's certain things.
Because he married you for you.
And that's why I love him.
He's not trying to change you.
That's facts.
But when you are in a relationship, women. Hello. Hi, ladies. You have to be willing to compromise.
There it
Stop being so rigid.
There it is.
Are you going to be alone for the rest of your life, sis?
That is
I'm just saying.
Fact.
Compromise. It's okay. It's not changing who you are. It's making adjustments for the person that you love.
Exactly.
But you got to do it for the right person.
Right. And don't lose yourself when you do it.
Women have gotten so in this space because they have compromised and they have fallen in love with the potential and they have nurtured that and it turned out to be horrible. So now they're like, you know what? Real ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's like, you know what? I did all of that and it got me nowhere. But don't, just like an athlete. My son used to play football and his coach said something that I started applying to life. You cannot remember the games that you lose. You have to focus on the next game. We have a game next week. We have a game next Saturday. What are we going to go into that game like, oh, we lost last week.
Right.
Accept defeat. No.
That's over.
You can't take what happened in your last relationship into your new relationship.
Facts.
You have to let those things go. You have to heal from those things. You cannot jump from relationship to relationship. Give yourself time to reconnect to who you are and reclaim your energy and reclaim your mood and get back to who you were before that person destroyed your heart or broke your heart or hurt your feelings or jaded you or changed your perception of men. Don't get into another relationship until you're back into a soft, open, compromising space.
Yeah. Okay, can I get my necessary on this?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna get down.
He always gotta be so extra.
So,
No, this is important. You're getting close to the camera.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
My necessary is for men to be masculine. I don't care what gender fluidity says, politically correctness says, or nobody says. That girl that wants you to be more sensitive says, be a man. Because when you get more sensitive, she's not going to want you. And for my feminine women, explore your femininity. It's necessary. Be feminine with the guy that you need to
It's
be.
giving you one a threesome.
I've had one. It's all right, but I ain't seeking one.
We can read between the lines.
It's so crazy. I love her.
We can read between the lines. We know what you meant.
If you have to ask for one, you don't need one. But I'm done. I can't even talk on my own.
Now you know you wasn't going to get none of that shit off us up here. He tried it.
I'm trying to get away from this
tried
so I can do my thing, so I can talk to the people and tell them what I wanted to tell them. But necessary for you to be a man if you're a man, a woman if you're a woman. It's unnecessary for you to
Okay, I just want to ask one more question. His weird ass. So let me ask you one question before we go. Because this is a big thing about emasculation, right?
Okay.
So, this is a big thing that was going on. How do you feel about this picture?
Oh no.
This?
That one.
The Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan picture. This picture, there was topic discussion
Show
over
it to the people
and over that this was an
Click on it,
emasculation, an emasculating picture. You guys
Get
know,
close up so
they've
they
seen
can
this.
see it.
Everybody's seen this picture.
But they don't know what you showing.
Okay, so this picture, is this emasculating? Is this giving zesty vibes? Is this a problem? I had a long conversation with a male friend of mine on the phone on the way here, because I like to talk to different people about their opinions. And he said, me and my homeboys aren't taking pictures like that.
I was gonna say I done took a picture with a lot of dudes. I never took a picture like that. I might have took a picture like that with my son, maybe, but never. I don't even think me and my son took a picture like that.
So is this giving you? Do these pictures give you like zesty?
That one don't. But
So-
go back to that one.
This one does.
They
Okay,
dragging it.
so
Show the people that one.
Do we have a problem? And see, this is what I said to my friend. Look, this is what I said to my homeboy. White boys take pictures like this all the time.
White boy?
White boys do this stuff all the time.
Okay, yeah.
No, but listen. But then he made a point. And I hate to say this. Nobody judge me. This is what he said, okay?
nobody judge.
Oh, the
All the lights
timer.
that went out.
The timer.
Never gonna love like this.
The-
No, we need the light back.
We do need that one back.
That one went dead. All
No,
the
it
lights
didn't.
that went dead.
No, oh, we went over our time. But real quick,
And you done knocked me off the camera.
he said that the homosexual outlandish acts that was always in their culture, that's been part of their culture. So for them, it's natural to act like this. And like they make the sex jokes, they play stupid dick games, and when they're in college, we know how the white boys play.
Did you see the roast of Tom Brady?
I didn't watch it yet.
I need
Okay.
to see that. To the wall.
I think I need to come
To
back
the
on
wall.
the show after you both watch it.
Okay, so
And
you heard
that will answer
Yes, you
a
did.
lot of the questions you just asked. But for me, oh yes, we
There
got
it is. There you go.
Okay, so I don't like to make statements based on trendy commentary.
Right.
Because that's what social media is about.
Right.
Oh my God, let me hurry up and comment. Let me make the funniest comment. Let me make the most
Right.
satirical comment. But I need to know context of things before I speak on them.
Exactly.
I have never seen those pictures.
Really?
No, I don't know where I was or what I was doing
Girl,
at the time when they came
It
out.
wasn't that important.
But I will say this. I want to know who took the pictures.
Uh-huh.
I want to know the photographer. I
mean,
want to know
they
the
obviously
context
posed
of the
up
shoot.
for-
And I want to know, and I want to say that sometimes a photographer can direct the subjects in the photograph
Yes.
because they are trying to get exposure.
Gotcha.
So they know that if I publish this certain picture looking a certain way with the subjects doing a certain thing, it's going to go viral, it's going to get a lot of likes, it's going to get a lot of impressions.
Right.
And impressions, for those of you who don't know, I went to school for marketing. So impressions, like if it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us here. So that's 8 impressions because we each have 2 eyes, right? So impressions count as 2 per person. So that person that took that picture, based on the context of why they took the picture, maybe it was a photographer who was unknown and they were trying to get more exposure. They wanted to shoot other actors and other clients, or they wanted to shoot in other magazines. That looks like that was a New York Times published photograph. So, and I saw in the caption they were promoting Creed.
Yes.
So maybe the director of the movie said,
That's
I'm
exactly
going to
what
put
it
them
took.
in with this photographer because I know that they're going to do some controversial angles, and this is going to get us more press for the movie.
Facts.
So
That
people have
right
to
there,
remember,
I'm never taking a picture
which
with
I
somebody
understand,
like that I'm
but
not
you
related
also
to.
are on a press junket promoting a movie that you're in,
Right.
that you have
At
pressure
some
to
point.
produce box office sales
Yep,
for.
that's true
So
too.
there is an audience of
No.
homosexual
Did you see
men
his
who
face?
they want to come see this movie. So maybe they put this picture out there to make them feel welcome to come patronize their
That picture
projects.
was emasculating. I'm sorry.
Right, that's the word.
I'm not saying if it was emasculating or not.
That's
Right.
I'm saying.
I'm
it
just
was.
saying I don't think they're gay. I don't think
Right.
they're in a relationship.
I ain't saying that. There
But
was a emasculating
there are
picture.
things that are being done and strategically being controlled
Right.
so that the result can be controlled.
Right.
Alright.
I hear exactly what you're saying.
We gotta wrap it up.
We definitely gonna bring you
We gotta
back
wrap it
Torica.
up, guys. We really hope Torica
I
comes
feel like that
back.
should be like the third close.
I feel like you should.
Torica's world is in the
because
building. Y'all
You really
follow
got on my
Torica's world.
line and you really got on my street, but
I feel like he's gonna be talking about me in his car on the way home.
He is. He's
like
gonna
she
call
really
me.
got on my line. She was really on my street.
no, I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
believe
you.
this shit,
I'm gonna
dog.
tell you in your face because that's the type of alpha male I am.
Where you from?
Oh, you from San Francisco.
Okay,
Necessary podcast.
We can't leave without me shouting out you, Frisco, for coming up to me. I performed at Believe Music Hall, was it?
It was the weed for the 420 event.
The Sesh.
Yes.
The Sesh ATL. I performed at the Sesh ATL. And when I got off the stage, Frisco came up to me and she was like, I loved your performance. I have a podcast. I would love for you to come on it. And I was like, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
And she
And
really,
here we
she
are.
really came,
And
y'all.
I really showed up.
Thank you, Torica.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
We
No,
appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you guys for having me.
It
No,
was a
seriously.
blast.
Seriously.
You guys, please come see me tomorrow. I will be at the Global Icon Fest at the Future Gallery in the Underground Atlanta. My set starts at 9 p.m. It's a whole mood. If you haven't seen me perform, this is your opportunity. It's a 2-day festival, but I'm doing tomorrow. And then Saturday, I will be at Kilroy's Package Store signing Nyack bottles. We have an in-store from 7 to 9 p.m. I'm a celebrity brand ambassador for Nyack Cognac. I wasn't able to bring you guys a bottle today, but I will bring you guys a bottle back. So meet me at Kilroy's on Old National. If you're from the South Side, pull up. Skirt.
I might need to be
Where can
there
they find you
tomorrow.
at online, Torica?
You can follow me on Instagram at Toricus World, TORICAS WORLD. Toricus World. My website is toricusworld.com. My TikTok is Toricus World _. My Twitter, aka X, is Toricus World. It's Toricus World. And you just scroll trying to bust a nut.
Definitely.
She'll be back.
Definitely.
That was so
And we out.
unnecessary. Oh my God.